Today inshallah we want to start finding the missing dimensions. We have three shapes: cylinder, the cone and the sphere. Regarding the cylinder, the volume is pi r squared h. So regarding the cylinder, the volume is, so again the volume of the cylinder V equals pi r squared h. We drew our magic triangle. V equals pi r squared h. Regarding the height, we agreed that what you want to find, you're gonna highlight. So I'm gonna highlight the height. What is it equal? It is equal volume over pi r squared. Volume over pi r squared. And regarding the radius squared, can you find it? Yes. How can I find it? Again, let's highlight it together. So now the radius squared is equal volume over pi h. Volume over pi h. But to get rid of the power 2, what do? Square root left and square root right. The power 2 is gonna cancel the root, so it's equal. So the r is equal square root volume over pi h. Very good. This is regarding the cylinder. What about the cone? The cone, we can also draw the triangle, the magic triangle. Here it is. What is the rule? 1 over 3 pi r squared h. So the volume up, and here you have 1 over 3 pi r squared h. Very good. So if I want to find the height, highlight it first. If I want to find the height, I will highlight it first. And then height equals volume over 1 over 3 pi r squared. Very good. What about the radius? How can you find the radius? Radius squared is equal to volume over 1 over 3 pi h. How do you get rid of the power 2? Square root left and square root right. Excellent. And then you can cross out the power 2 with the root. So now we can say that radius is equal to square root volume over 1 over 3 pi h. And the last thing here we have is the sphere. The sphere is, what is the volume of it? 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So again here, the sphere, the volume is like this. Volume equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So the only thing that he might ask you about, either the volume was a direct formula, or he might ask about the radius. So the radius cubed is equal volume over 4 over 3 pi. Again, how do you get rid of the power 3? Cubic root left and cubic root right. So what's going to happen? The power 3 is going to cross with the root. So it becomes like this. Radius equal cubic root v over 4 over 3 pi. Mister, how can I write this root on the calculator? Shift root. That's it. Very good. So the volume of the cylinder is 54 pi inches and the height is 6 inches. He's asking, find the radius. So I'm working with the cylinder and I want the radius. So which rule I'm gonna use? Cylinder, I want the radius. So square root v over pi h. Square root v over pi h. Very good. Now let's do it together. What is it? What is the volume? The volume is 54 pi over pi h. So whenever you put this on the calculator, let's put it. So now square root volume is 54 pi over pi times 6 over pi times 6, which is 3 inches. Which is 3 inches. Very good. One more. Volume of the cylinder is this, and the height is 4. He's asking again, find the radius. It is the same idea. Cylinder. Here it is cylinder, and you want to find the radius. So let's do it together. The radius equal square root volume over pi h equal square root. What is the volume here? 484 pi over pi times h, which is pi times 4. So now on the calculator, square root 484 pi, this is pi over pi times h, and the height here is 4. So fraction 484 pi over pi times h, which is pi times 4. So the answer is 11 feet. Very good. And here we went to the sphere. He gave you the volume of the sphere, and he's asking about the radius. So here is the volume of the sphere, and here is the rule for the radius. Radius equal cubic root volume over 4 over 3 pi. So let's write it again. Radius equal cubic root volume over 4 over 3 pi. What would this be? What would this be equal? Cubic root. What is the volume? 4,500 pi and over 4 over 3 pi. Actually, you have here pi and pi, so they can cross out. On the calculator, you can write like this: cubic root 4,500 over 4 over 3. So the answer here is 15 millimeters. Very good. The same idea here. The volume of the sphere is this one, and you want to find the radius. Cubic root volume over 4 over 3 pi equal cubic root. What is the volume? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 pi over 4 over 3 pi. What's gonna happen here? We're gonna cross out the pi together. So what do you have left? Cubic root fraction 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 over, what do you have here? 4 over 3. So now the answer is actually 21 yards. Amazing job. Volume of the cone, we moved to the cone, is 216 pi. So the volume is 216 pi, and the radius is 9 inches. The radius is 9 inches. Very good. So in this question here, he's asking about the height. How do you get the height of a cone? Where is the cone? Here it is. This is the cone, and the height is v over 1 over 3 pi r squared. So volume over 1 over 3 pi r squared, which is the same like 216 pi. The volume is 216 pi over 1 over 3 pi r squared. The radius is what? The radius is 9 inches, so 9 power 2. And then now you can cross the pi's together. What do you have now? Let's do it. 216 over 1 over 3 times 9 power 2. So this is equal to 8 inches. Number 6, the volume of a cone is this number, and he is asking about the radius of the cone. Again, I'd like to remind you, how do we conclude the rules? The volume is 1 over 3 pi r squared h. This is the volume of the cone. If I want to find the radius, again we highlight it, or we use a pencil to highlight what we want, and then you find radius squared equals volume over 1 over 3 pi h equal, what is the volume now? 665.5 pi over 1 over 3 pi h, 1 over 3 pi, and the h is 16.5. So times 16.5. What's gonna happen now? The pi's together will cross. 665.5 over 1 over 3 times 16.5. So let's do it together. 665.5 over fraction again. 1 over 3 times 16.5. Let's do it again. 665.5 over another fraction. 1 over 3 times 16.5. So what is the answer? It is 121. But take care, this is r power 2. We still need to do the square root left, square root right. Okay, so square root 121 is 11. Why did I do square root? To get rid of the power 2. Very good. Cylinder, you have the volume of it, and he's asking about the height. So, and you have also the radius. So it is the same, basically the same idea of the cylinder. Let's again draw the triangle. Here it is. Volume equals pi r squared h. What is the height? Height equals volume over pi r squared equals, again the volume is what? 72 pi over pi r squared. What is the radius? 6. So pi times 6 squared, because the radius is 6 power 2. And then the pi's together cancel. What do you have now? 72 over 6 power 2. So let's do it. 72 over 6 power 2. This is equal to 2 feet. Bravo. Number 8, the volume of the cylinder. And you have the height. Can you find the radius? Of course. Cylinder is pi r squared h. Volume equal pi r squared h. I want to find the radius. So now radius power 2 equals volume over pi h. We hide the radius squared, volume over pi h. Very good. So this is equal to, what is the volume? 5070 pi over pi times h. What is the h? The height is 30. So pi times 30. The pi's cross together. And this is r squared. Take care. So I need to do the square root right, square root left to get rid of the power 2. So now the radius is square root fraction 5070 over 3, which is over 3. So let's check again what we did. Sorry, the volume, the height here is 30. So the height here is 30. So we need to add a 0. So how it becomes now? Yes, 13 centimeters. The volume, the height is 30, not 3. Here it is. Very good. Next, the same idea. You have a cone and he is asking about the height. You have a cone and he's asking about the height. Again, the volume of the cone, V, is 1 over 3 pi r squared h. Very good. So how do I find the height? Height equals V over 1 over 3 pi r squared. Let's do it. What is the volume? 196 pi. 196 pi over 1 over 3 pi r squared. So what's gonna happen? The pi's are gonna cross together. What is the radius? He gave you the radius 7. So instead of r power 2, I can write 7 power 2. So now the height is equal 196 over 1 over 3 times 7 power 2, which is 12 feet. Very good. The volume of the cone is so and so, and he's asking about the radius. Let's do it again. Here is the volume, 735 pi, and I'm asking about and is asking about the radius. What is the radius? So the volume is 1 over 3 pi r square h. If I want to find the radius, what do I do? Radius power 2 equals volume over 1 over 3 pi h. How do I find the radius again? Square root left, square root right. So this is equal to square root the volume, which is 735 pi over 1 over 3 pi h. What is the h here? 5 millimeters. Again, can cross the pi together, so it's gonna become square root 735 over 1 over 3 times 5. So square root fraction 735 over 1 over 3 times 5, which is equal to 21 millimeters. Amazing job. And now we move to the sphere. What is the volume of the sphere? Volume equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So here it is. This is the volume, which is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And he's asking about the radius. So radius cubed equal, what do you have? Volume over 4 over 3 pi. Volume over 4 over 3 pi. How do you get rid of the power 3? Cubic root left and cubic root right. So how it's gonna become? The power 3 will cross with the root. So the radius is equal cubic root volume. What is volume up? 26244 pi. 26244 pi over 4 over 3 pi. So together cubic root 26244 pi over 4 over 3 times pi, which is 27 inches. So I just wrote this on the calculator. Again, how do I write the cubic root? Shift root. Again, anything in yellow, you can write it by pressing the shift first. One more question, pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Same rule. The radius is equal, I have just got it here, cubic root volume over 4 over 3 pi. Cubic root volume over 4 over 3 pi. So this is equal cubic root, what is the volume? 776 pi. 776 pi over 4 over 3 pi. What's gonna happen? The pi we're gonna cross together, and now I have cubic root 776 over 4 over 3. So this is equal to the 18 yards. The volume of the sphere, this is the volume of the sphere. Find the diameter. So I need to find first the radius, and then the number that you're gonna get multiply by 2 to get the diameter. So let's do step by step. Again, cubic root volume over 4 over 3 pi. I wanna find the radius first. So it's equal to cubic root, what is the volume? 1372 over 3 pi. Mister, it's a fraction, keep it as it is. Let's write it first. 1372 over 3 pi as it is. All of this over 4 over 3 pi. 4 over 3 pi. The easiest thing, the fractions are gonna cross. So now cubic root, first fraction, this is the large fraction, another fraction up, which is 1372 over 3. Let's go down the second fraction here. So I made a fraction, another fraction, 4 over 3 equals 7. So the answer is 7 or 14. Take care, I have just got the radius. Radius is 7. If I wanna find the diameter, So I need to multiply it by 2. Multiply by 2 to get the diameter. So 7 times 2 is 14. Very good. The volume of the cone, we just have 2 questions left. The volume of the cone is 240 pi cubic meters. The height of the cone is 5 meters. Find the length of the radius. So, again, here is the volume of the cone. V 1 over 3 pi r squared h. What does he want? The radius. So, radius power 2 equals, shade the radius, and then what do you have? V over 1 over 3 pi h. V over 1 over 3 pi h, square root left, square root right, to get the radius. So now radius equal square root, what is the volume? 240 pi over 1 over 3 pi h. What is the h? The height is 5. Very good. So the pi's cross together. And what do we still have? Square root, fraction 240 over 1 over 3 times 5. So it is 12 meters. Very good. The last question we have here, he says we have a table that has wooden support that is an approximate shape of a cone. The base of the cone has an area of about 201.1 square inches. If the volume of the cone is this number, what is the height? Again, you have the volume 2144.7, and you also have the base area of the cone. The base area of the cone is 201.1 inches squared. Okay, what is the height? He's asking about the height. Okay, so we know that the volume of any shape is base area times height. We can write it in this triangle. Volume equals base area times height. So if I want to find the height, we shade it. Very good. And then the height is equal to volume divided base area. So now the height is equal to, what is the volume? 2144.7 over 201.1. So fraction 2144.7 divided by 201.1, which is 21447. So let's check again what we did. We can't find our answer here. So what we should do is take care, it's a cone. What is the rule for the cone? If you remember, V equal 1 over 3 pi r squared h, correct? So before the base area here, I have 1 over 3. Again, 1 over 3 pi r squared is the same like base area times the height. Is we should add 1 over 3 beside the base area. So the height is equal volume over 1 over 3 times base area. 1 over 3 base area. So multiply here by 1 over 3. So times, let's multiply here, times 1 over 3. So now what's the answer? 31.9 to the nearest 10th. It is to the nearest whole number. It is 32. Very good. 31.99 to the nearest whole number is gonna become 32. 9 is strong, it will give 1 to the 3, so it's 32. Thank you so much. We are done with find missing dimensions. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Volume of composite solids.